Have you ever heard a distress call from a ship full of ghosts? In June 1947, a chilling SOS message echoed across the Strait of Malacca. The words were frantic, desperate. All officers, including the captain, are dead, lying in the chart room and on the bridge. Possibly the whole crew is dead. A pause. Then, a final, horrifying message from the Morse code operator. I die. After that, complete silence. What happened on board the SS Ourang Medan? The answer is far stranger and more terrifying than you could ever imagine. Two American ships, the City of Baltimore and the Silver Star, were close enough to pick up the signal. They immediately changed course, racing towards the source of the transmission. The Silver Star was the first to arrive. As it approached the Dutch freighter, a chilling sight greeted them. The Ourang Medan was adrift, silent, and seemingly undamaged. But an eerie stillness hung over the vessel. The crew of the Silver Star hailed the ship. No response. They sounded their horn. Still nothing. It was a ghost ship floating under the hot Indonesian sun. A boarding party was assembled. As they climbed aboard the Ourang Medan, the feeling of dread intensified. The scene that met their eyes was a grotesque tableau of horror. The deck was littered with the bodies of the Dutch crew. But what was truly shocking was their condition. Every single one of them was found frozen in a state of absolute terror. Their eyes were wide open, staring at the sky as if they had witnessed something unspeakable. Their arms were outstretched, their faces contorted in silent screams. Even the ship's dog, a small terrier, was found dead, its teeth bared in a final, terrifying snarl. The rescue team cautiously made their way through the ship, and the horror only deepened. In the chart room, they found the captain, his lifeless eyes fixed on some unseen horror. On the bridge, the other officers lay in the same petrified state. They went down to the communications room to find the radio operator. He was slumped over his equipment, his fingers still on the Morse code key, his face a mask of pure terror. He had died sending his last message. The most disturbing part? There were no signs of violence. No wounds, no injuries, no struggle. It was as if their very souls had been scared out of their bodies. The boarding party knew they had to get the ship to port. The mystery of what happened needed to be solved. As they prepared to tow the Ourang Medan, something strange began to happen. A thick, ominous smoke started billowing from the lower decks, from cargo hold number 4. The rescue team scrambled back to their own ship, a sense of panic setting in. They had barely cut the tow lines and moved to a safe distance when it happened. A massive explosion ripped the Ourang Medan apart. The force of the blast was so powerful it lifted the ship out of the water before it sank beneath the waves, taking all its secrets with it. With the ship and all the evidence gone, the world was left with only questions. What could have killed an entire crew in such a bizarre and horrifying way, leaving them frozen in fear? The official investigation drew a blank. There were no records of a ship named the SS Ourang Medan ever existing. Lloyd's of London, the world's leading maritime insurer, had no file on it. The shipping registries of the Netherlands and other countries showed nothing. It was as if the ship itself was a phantom. Had the crews of the Silver Star and the City of Baltimore imagined the whole thing? But the story didn't die. It survived through word of mouth, passed from sailor to sailor in hushed tones. Then, in May 1952, the Proceedings of the Merchant Marine Council, published by the U.S. Coast Guard, recounted the entire incident. This gave the story credibility. It wasn't just a sea yarn, it was a documented event. This official account sparked a wave of theories, each trying to explain the unexplainable. One of the most prominent theories involves pirates. The Strait of Malacca was, and still is, a hotspot for piracy. Perhaps pirates boarded the ship, tortured the crew, and then escaped before the rescue team arrived. This could explain the terror on the crew's faces, but it doesn't explain the lack of any visible injuries. And why would pirates leave a ship full of valuable cargo to sink? It just doesn't add up. Then there's the chemical theory. Some researchers believe the Ourang Medan was carrying a deadly, unregistered cargo. One suggestion is a combination of potassium cyanide and nitroglycerin. If seawater leaked into the hold, it could have reacted with the cyanide to create a toxic gas, asphyxiating the crew. The nitroglycerin would then have become unstable, causing the final explosion. This explains the deaths and the explosion. But does it explain the looks of pure horror? Dying from gas is terrible, but would it make an entire crew look like they'd seen a monster from the deep? This leads us to the most unsettling theories of all, the supernatural and the extraterrestrial. Could the crew of the Ourang Medan have encountered something not of this world? Some have speculated about a UFO encounter, that the crew was killed by an unknown energy weapon or simply died from fright after seeing an alien craft. Others whisper of an ancient sea curse or a malevolent spirit haunting the strait. These ideas might sound far-fetched, but when every logical explanation fails, what are you left with? The frozen expressions of terror are the hardest detail to explain away. It wasn't just death, it was a specific kind of death, one born from unimaginable fear. Over the years, many have tried to debunk the story. Researchers like Roy Bainton have spent years digging into the archives. He suggests the story might be a distorted retelling of several different maritime incidents, woven together into one compelling legend. He couldn't find any primary sources, no ship's logs, no definitive record of the Silver Star's rescue attempt. He proposed that an author named Silvio Scurli might have fabricated the story for an Italian-Dutch magazine in the 1950s. So, is the Ourang Medan a true ghost story of the high seas, or just a very well-told piece of fiction? The lack of official records is a major problem for its authenticity. Yet, the U.S. Coast Guard report remains. Why would they publish a fictional story? And what about the multiple sailors who claimed to have heard the story long before it was ever published? The line between fact and folklore has become incredibly blurred. The ship's name itself is a clue. Ourang Medan translates from Malay to man from Medan, with Medan being an island in Indonesia. This suggests the ship was real, at least to the people who named it. But without a wreck to examine or official papers to study, we are left adrift in a sea of speculation. The explosion conveniently destroyed all evidence, leaving only a perfect, unsolvable mystery. It's almost too perfect. Perhaps that's the real power of the Ourang Medan story. It's a tale that encapsulates our deepest fears of the unknown, of the vast, empty ocean and the secrets it might hold. Whether it was pirates, poison gas, aliens, or a ghost, the fate of the crew is a chilling reminder that some questions may never be answered. The ship sank to the bottom of the sea, becoming its own tombstone, leaving behind only an echo, a desperate voice on the radio, and an image of faces frozen forever in terror. What do you think happened to the crew of the SS Ourang Medan? Was it a secret chemical weapon, a pirate attack, or something far more sinister from the depths of the unknown? Let me know your best theory in the comments below. If you love a good mystery, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the ocean is full of secrets, and we're just getting started. Thanks for watching.